Welcome to Handmade Talks, the video interview series where we get to know people who have been important to Handmade by Friendship Bridge on a deeper level. Today we have with us Ardis Strieby. Ardis is the Circle Liaison at Friendship Bridge. She's been on staff for about 13 years. Before that, she's actually been with Friendship Bridge for about 25 years in the capacity as a volunteer and a member of the Evergreen Friendship Circle. So welcome, Ardis.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lydia. I'm happy to talk about Handmade.
Great. So can you tell me, how did you first hear about Friendship Bridge and what made you decide to get involved?
Well, I had just retired from teaching in Denver public schools, and I live in Evergreen. So I had always worked in Denver and didn't know very many people in the Evergreen area. And my husband and I started going to spin classes at the local rec district. And a woman was there, very friendly woman, and she welcomed us and started talking about different things in Evergreen. And she had just returned from an insight trip to Guatemala, and it was Marcia Walsh. And Marcia Walsh is still in our circle. She still lives in Evergreen, and she is still a friend. And so I asked her what about her trip, and she told me about Friendship Bridge. And I said, well, that's very interesting. I don't have anything happening right now. And so I said that I was interested, and she invited me to a meeting. And at that time, Friendship Bridge office was in Evergreen. So the office and the circle were very connected. And that's how I got involved with Friendship Bridge. And 2 years later, I went on my first insight trip.
How was it that you transitioned from volunteer and circle member to employee? Do you remember that?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but before I became circle liaison, other people had been involved with the circles, but they had other jobs too. And so they really wanted someone who was specifically just dealing with the circles and giving them more attention than the other staff members were able to do while doing all of the different jobs going on. So she had to talk to me quite a bit, the development director at that time. It was Karen Radman. And I finally said, okay. But at that time, I was circle leader in Evergreen. And I said, well, I can't be circle leader anymore and be on staff. I just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. So we got other circle leaders in Evergreen, and I started working basically 1 day a week in the office.
Yeah. Can you talk to me about one or two of your favorite Handmade by Friendship Bridge items and what you like about them?
Well, I have one on.
Oh,
so this is really one of my favorite hoodies. And it is with the Mayan designs. I really do like this, and I wear it quite often and get a lot of compliments. The other thing that I really do like is the stretchy bracelet, and I wear this specifically to support Ukraine because of the colors. We have many colors in the office, and they are stretchy. So I wear this almost every day too.
Yeah.
And the other things that I use every day are napkins, which we developed, I'd say probably about 10 years ago now. And I really like the variety of colors, and it gives me a little bit of Guatemala every day at the table. So those are my favorites that I use often.
Nice.
And I have some earrings on,
but
I don't always wear Friendship Bridge earrings, but I do whenever I can.
Thank you. That's lovely. I know that you've worn a lot of hats, as you've already mentioned, in the time that you've been with Friendship Bridge. Can you talk to me about one specific project that has stood out to you and why it was meaningful to you.
Well, the specific project is the artisan program. Before I got on staff, immediately when I joined the circle, we were selling artisan. Well, we weren't selling our artisan products. We were going to Guatemala, buying products, not necessarily from our clients, and bringing them home in our suitcases, and then selling them at mainly at the alternative fair in Evergreen. In approximately about 2009, I specifically wanted to go on shopping trips. That's what I called them. And Friendship Bridge advanced money for us to go to shop, not for the trip or anything, just to shop. And I always took someone who spoke Spanish, Constancia from California, and usually one of our own circle members to help. So there were always three of us shopping. So because we all had very different tastes, that made it very important to have a variety, because if I bought everything that I liked, it wouldn't necessarily sell. From there, the staff at the office really encouraged us strongly to shop from our clients. And we did the best we could. But at that time, our clients were not making very many items that were popular in the States. And it was hard to buy just from our clients. And so we bought as much as we could. And year after year, it became more difficult, and we would go and buy items and bring it back in our suitcases. And we had custom problems and a lot of things like that going on. Ultimately, then we hired an artisan manager, and that was Maya, and she basically started Handmade by Friendship Bridge. And at that point, we never went and just shopped from anybody but our clients. So I had almost from the very beginning worked with our clients and our artisan clients specifically. And then when Maya came on board, I really worked with her very closely.
Yeah, program came a long way in just a few short years. And now for anyone that is watching that isn't quite familiar with us, I'm standing here in a store with all of our artisan products, and I'm amazed at the variety. And yeah, I don't always remember that it was just a few short years ago that it was a lot different in terms of our artisan program. Yeah,
it was very different. Do you know the exact year we started Handmade?
2015, if I'm remembering correctly, when it was the Artisan Market Access Program. It was under a different name, and so I believe Handmade would have been 2019.
Yeah, I know it was a little bit before 2020 because...
No, that would have been 2019 when they got the Handmade Friendship Bridge, yeah.
Right. And that pretty much was when we started getting items from only our clients.
Yeah. Well, I know in all these shopping trips over the years, you've met a lot of clients personally. Could you tell us something that stands out to you about one of our clients?
And that's very difficult to pick out one. I wouldn't want anybody to feel slighted at all. Probably the longest client that we met close to the very beginning, his name is Santos. And she still does weaving for us and makes beautiful scarves. And had lots of difficulty in her life, but is still going strong. I'm hoping. I think so.
Yeah, she is. I can verify that she definitely is. Yeah.
I mean, Ruth, Jacinta. One of our problems that we had with our clients is that most of them were weavers, but very few had sewing machines. So if they wove a piece of material, then somebody else would have to sew it into a bag or whatever they might make. Jacinta, though, when she joined Friendship Bridge, she had, first time we went to her house, and she makes the yoga bags. She makes a lot of our items now.
Luggage
tags, many items. She had a room in her house with about 6 sewing machines, and she hired women to sew. And she was one of our first clients that was able to, we could work with and design products that could be made on a sewing machine.
Nice. I'm learning a lot. I didn't know some of this that you're talking about. So I know that you're going to be transitioning away from your role as Circle Liaison, which we're all very sad to see you go. Can I ask if you...
I'm not leaving.
Not leaving. That's my question. Do you still plan to be involved? Will we still see you around the office?
We for sure, you will see me once a month when I bring Maggie in, my puppy dog, to get groomed. And I've promised Mary Mike that I will come as often as she needs me to work in the showroom. So you will still see me around.
Nice. So you'll still be volunteering with Handmade, with inventory, or whatever
needs to be done.
Whatever Mary Mike needs you to do. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's wonderful to hear.
And I'm really very interested in creating new items also. And I would hopefully I will still be able to be on that project.
Finally, my last question. Since your involvement with Friendship Bridge and Handmade, what is one way that you think you've grown or changed? Either personally or professionally, whatever you want to share with us.
Well, the first thing I want to share, and I think that I was going to share it when you asked why I joined Friendship Bridge,
Sure.
And you don't join. It's not a club. When I first became involved was I wanted to meet people in Evergreen. As I said, I had worked in Denver forever. And Friendship Bridge, as is in its name, gave me the opportunity to make many friends in Evergreen area. And then, of course, being Circle Liaison gave me the opportunity to make friends all around the United States where we have different circles. I've traveled to many of the different circles and been involved with many of their events and programs. So that really has been the best part of Friendship Bridge, plus meeting all the women in Guatemala, of course, and doing and helping and supporting them. So that's how I've grown. That's how I've grown and changed.
Just different from growing up in Kansas, huh?
Yeah. Different from growing up in Kansas.
Oh. Well, that's all the questions I had. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Just that I appreciate everything that Friendship Bridge does. And hopefully we'll be able to keep growing and supporting our clients and getting new artisan clients in, plus other clients. We have many others. The artisan program is very small compared to all of our other programs. So I don't even know the percentage, but a very low percentage of artisans compared to our farmers and all of our other clients. um, it's just a wonderful program to be involved with and to support. And you don't just support women, you support their families too.
Ardis, we're grateful for you as well. And I'm glad that this isn't goodbye. I'm glad that we're still going to see you around the office and that you're going to still be involved in Handmade. And so thank you for all that you've done for Friendship Bridge and Handmade all these years. We really value everything you do.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
See
Bye-bye.
you around. Bye.